Welcome to a beautiful day here in Jersey. The sun is shining, the conservatory is lovely and warm and not freezing as it has been on my last few weekly workout filming sessions. So it's a joy. There are some Jersey royal potatoes in the field just over the top. If I remember later, I'll take the camera out and show you those, just coming out nicely. And we're ready for another weekly workout. We're going to start with our usual warm-up, remembering that warm-ups are so important. If you're a runner, if you like going on long walks, things like that, always a good idea to have a good warm-up first of all. It just loosens the joints, lubricates them nicely, gets the muscles ready for action. So if you are running, if you are doing anything strenuous, always have a little quick warm-up first of all to get everything moving. Really, really important. And a good, important starting base is to have a good posture before we start too. So with that in mind, have your feet just a tiny bit wider than your hips. Push your weight down equally through both feet and equally through the whole of your feet too. Stretch your arms overhead, pull your shoulders back and down, pull your arms back a little bit, have a stretch through the core muscles, tuck your bottom underneath and pull your tummy up and in. Just pull your ribs back and then release the arms and relax. Soften your knees and just curl down to the floor, relaxing through the upper back, through the shoulders, through your arms, knees well bent. Feel the stretch over your bottom and then come back up and up, straightening the legs as you come, tucking the tummy in, popping the bottom underneath. Roll your shoulders and roll them again, leaving the arms slightly back and down. Good. Bring the feet in and we're just going to take 8 alternate knee lifts up, not too high to start with. Lovely. And 8. And then out to the side, just to get the hips going too. Lovely. Good. And then just a little stretch to the side, out and out. Working the arms as well. Just 8 of everything as we go. Good. Then have a stretch up. And then stretch through the ribs for 8, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Come down, bend your knees and curl to the floor again. Have a little relax when you're there. Pull your tummy up and in, but let your shoulders and upper back relax. Come up and up. Knee lifts again, tucking everything in, don't forget. Lift. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, out to the diagonal, thinking about our core muscles as we go. Lovely. So bottom is down and in, tummy's up and in, shoulders are back and down. Let's go out to the side, out and out and out and out. Stretching through the arms and through the legs as you go. Lovely. Do a few more of these. Keep your tummy toned, keep the shoulders down. Good. And stretch and stretch. Reach up again, lift. And up. Check your postural muscles are in the right place before you rib stretch. 2 and 3 and 4. Reaching up and up and up. Bend your knees. Now pull down. Pull the arms down. Tuck your tummy in. Weight forward rather than back. Come up. 2, 3 and 4. Take a side sway. Pushing your knees out over your toes, but not pushing your shins forward. Lovely, good. So making sure you're going down and up now, warming up through the knees, warming the thighs up nicely. Good, and just push across to get the upper back stretching through the shoulder blades there. Good, and then up to a bit of a diagonal. Still thinking about your core postural muscles as you go. Good, come back to the middle. Take a few knee bends down and up. Down and take the arms with you, out, cross, out, bottom in, pushing your knees towards your middle toes but not pushing your shin forward, just going down into it, sitting down on your bottom. That's the sort of feeling you want. Good. And then let's change it to our bottom sticking out squat, keeping your chest lifted, your shoulders down, so you're looking straight ahead at me on your screen rather than down to the floor. Chest up, bottom going out. So weight is going a little bit back into your heels, but it's through the whole foot. We're not really leaning back at all there. Good. Down a bit deeper now. Down a bit deeper. Lovely. Back to the other squat. Down, up, down, Feel the difference now. Keep those shins back so they stay sort of perpendicular from your knees and down, up, down, up, down, up. Lovely, good. Let's just get this corey bit working in the middle. So feet back to hip width apart, soften your knees, bottom down and in, tummy up and in before you start. Feel tall between your hips and your shoulders there, and draw the shoulders back and down. Let's start at the top with the shoulders. So a few rolls forward, up, back and down, and then lift your elbows up. And just take some squeezes in between the shoulder blades there, just to get them nicely warmed up. Brilliant, fantastic, good. Bring the arms down and just curl them in and draw them back. Curl them in, draw them back. So we're just warming up the muscles of the upper back, the shoulders and the upper arms there. Good, let's move down a little bit now to our ribs. Hands on your ribs to just slide out to the side and push. So keep them back. You might find it easier with your arms out here. I'm just going to move along my mat a tiny bit. So you might find it easier here, but if you can do it here, try and keep your feet fixed into the floor and make your muscles around your rib cage push and push out to the side, out to the side. Lovely. As I say, straighten your arms if it helps. Do whichever version is best for you. What we're really working on is getting those ribs moving, loosened through, ready for some harder work later. Bring them back to the middle, expand them forwards and pull them back. Trying not to stick your bottom out at the same time, keeping that move just in your ribs. So expanding through the rib cage and then drawing it back. Not making the shoulders do the work, make the ribs do the work. So push the ribs forward, pull the ribs right back. And obviously other bits of your body move, but it's primarily your ribs doing the work. Bring them back to a middle-y position, which is quite nice in here. Check your tummy is tucked in, your bottom is down. Slightly soften your knees. I'm just going to turn, but you can stay where you are. And we're just going to take our out and in move that we should be getting quite good at now, hopefully. So just the bottom. The ribs aren't doing anything. They move a little bit, but they're not doing much. It's just this pelvic girdle area here. And it's really lovely to loosen up through those muscles. Now accentuate it even more. So stick the bottom out more, pull it through more. Hip bones forward more. So we're really just moving that, but we're in control. There's no jerkiness through there. And we are just in control. Then bring it back to a little one again. Lovely. I need to turn and face you. Good. And rest. Making sure we've rested with the ribs back, the shoulders back and down, tummy up and in there nicely. Now just let the hips go to the side. Just loosen them up. Get them working. And when you feel ready from there, we're going to do a couple of our hip circles. So just moving it round, moving it round. Tummy is toned, as I said. We're not pushing the tummy forward. Tummy is nicely toned. And we're thinking about our hip bones, making a big sort of double circle here as we go round. Now think about the bit where you're the stiffest. Concentrate on that bit more. I'm slightly more stiff to my left than I am to the right. And then come back the other way. So making sure it's not all legs and knees moving, that your pelvic area is sort of coming forward, going to the side, going back, side, and then around. Lovely. Good. Let's go the other way once more. Once you feel it, it's a lovely movement to do. And you feel like you're really engaging all of those lower core muscle groups in getting everything to work. And your hips just feel looser after it. And come back around the other way. And the other way. Good. Excellent. Fantastic. Come back to the middle. Just straighten up. And just thinking about those core muscles, get a little pull up through the body and get a walk going here. Lovely. If you want to, we're going to turn the walk into a run, but you don't have to. You can keep walking equally well. So if you are walking, just think about lifting your knees up a little bit more. And if you're running, really think about your core muscles. Check everything is still engaged and toned as we do this. Lovely. Good. And have a little breather. We're now all going to lift alternate knees, up and up. And if you want to, add a very little hop in between. And if you want to, pull the arms down again. You don't have to spring, you can just step. But if you want to get the heart going a little bit more, you can pull down and have a little hop. So do whatever suits you when you're doing this workout. Lovely. Back to a run or a walk. Good. Very nice. Again, zipping up through the core. Take your arms down below. Again, whether you're walking or running doesn't matter. And just crisscross them. So changing which hand is on top. And then bring them up. Still running, still walking. And then take them down. Lovely. And up. 2, 3, and 4. Come down. Still thinking about our core muscles and how they're keeping everything anchored. Arms back up and back down. Ready to go into our knee lifts. Off we go. Up. Spring if you want to spring, or just step it through. Lovely. Pull the elbows down. So even if you're walking, still get the arms going. And it just makes the heart beat that little bit faster. Good. Lovely. Pull it back to a walk, everybody. Zip up through the core. Shoulders back and down. Lovely. Feet hip width apart now. Lift up overhead. Pull your ribs back. Pull your tummy in. Stretch up through. Good. Pull down. Soften your knees and curl down to the floor. Weight forward, but both feet firmly on the floor, baby toes and big toes. Tummy in. Uncurl your spine back up, popping the vertebrae back on top of one another. Draw your shoulders back and down. Be aware of where your tummy muscles are. Be aware that your bottom is down and in. You have the curvature in the spine, but it's under control with your core muscles keeping it all in tight. Lovely. Let's move on to the next thing. So you need one weight just in your hands to start off this next round of exercises. We're going to be working down through our legs, our glutes, moving up to our upper arms, and also working our rotator cuff, a small group of muscles connected with our shoulder movements that sometimes get overlooked a bit with our big muscle groups that are around them. But we'll be doing some exercises specifically for the rotator cuff, which is a very common injury area in the shoulder, so we'll be strengthening those as we go through. Also, the man in the field, I mentioned the potatoes earlier, he's actually come with his tractor, and I will try this, even though his tractor is rather annoyingly running in the background, but I want to get the filming done before the shadows turn and are the other way, which is not so good for filming. So let's just see if we can do this with him now. We're going to turn to one side, or you can stay facing the screen, but just put one leg behind you. Let's say our right leg for now. Push, your front leg is bent. We've done these lunges before. We're going to lunge down and up as we do. But let's just check our position. So tummy in, ribs back, shoulders back and down. Weight going through the front foot. Back leg straight with our ankle, with our heel aiming towards the floor. I think you might be leaving the field now, hopefully. Holding on to your weight with two hands here, we're going to take some of our lunges, just letting the weight bend down over that knee as you go. Keeping your shoulders back, don't round your shoulders, brace through your core as we do these lunges down and up. A few times here, and down and lift, and down and lift. Down and lift and down. Recover to take your arms up over your head, and we're going to do our curl back, keeping our elbows close to our head and up. Try not to wobble like I just did. Down and up. As we go down, bend the back knee down and up. So if you'd rather choose one of these movements to do, preferably the arms, because we've just done the legs. If you don't want to put them both together, you must keep your core engaged. Keep your elbows as close to your head as you can. They want to go out here, but we're going to stop them. We want to work the tricep group of muscles in our upper back. That's the underarm muscles. And we're going down and up. Down and up, keeping our core nicely under control. Anchoring our body as we go. Whoops, my arms just want to slip out, so just keep thinking about your elbows being in. And then come up and pop everything down. Staying here, take some lunges and take some deep knee bends. Bottom in, holding onto your weight, just lifting your arms up to shoulder level, bending as low as you can, keeping your bottom in as you go down. Now hold onto your weight with your palms facing down, knuckles going up, and take them a little bit higher than your shoulders. Still getting a deep knee bend, keeping your tummy toned, keeping your feet equally balanced on the floor. Getting a lovely bend, don't push those shins forward, remember, and keep your bottom in and your ribs back. Good, well done. Let's turn the other way. I have a lovely view now of the sea. So, back foot, heel, going towards the floor, weight forward, brace through your shoulders, bend your back leg down and up, and down, up and down, up and down and up. Ribs back, tummy toned. The sea looks absolutely shimmering today, it's lovely. Lovely, these are horrible exercises, but what a view to do them with. And down, up and down, up and down. Recover a moment. Take your arms back over your head. Keep your legs fixed, weight is forward on the front leg and your back leg is nicely straight but not tense. Keeping your elbows in. Do a few of our tricep curls. Down. Lovely. You'll be grateful to me when the t-shirts come out later and your arms look beautifully toned and sculpted. Ah, lovely. And then add this movement in with our bend. Down and up, down. And you really have to, you saw how I wobbled there a bit, you really have to engage the core to keep everything under control. So it feels like a leg and an arm movement, but in fact the core is working really hard. Tummy is toned, ribs are back, and we're really working hard through our whole body with this one. Remember to keep your elbows as close to your ears as you can. Let's do 2 more. And let's come back. Face the front, toes turned out slightly, posture under control to do our bend and lift. Down, up, down. Remember, you can do these with or without weights, as always. But weights are really good for adding a little bit of resistance to the movement, and it's really good for not only our muscles, as I always say, but for our bone density as well. And if you're a woman of a certain age, bone density is really important to work on with the constant fear of osteoporosis. So really good to get some light weights if you haven't already got some. And I use my green ones here, only 1.5k, but they're lovely to work with and they're just the right weight. But I've got some 1k ones that are lovely too. You can get them in all pretty colours, so you can pop out and get some. And they don't cost very much either. Lovely. And finish there. Good, well done. So now we're going to move on to the rotator cuff work that I was explaining earlier. So let one arm just relax by your side, keep that shoulder back. Think about your posture. Start off just doing some bicep curls with one arm. Lovely. Great, we're going to do about 8 of those. Brilliant. We're going to finish down here with, if you are holding a weight, hold it in this position. If you're doing it without weights, again, equally good, but just make sure that your fingernails, your hand is clenched and your nails are going across you. And we're just going to open out and back, keeping the elbow close to our body so that we're rotating from the shoulder. And out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Now go across your body doing the same. Keep your upper arm as steady as you can. Think about your postural muscles. Lovely. Good. 4 more here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now the other arm, so lift and down and lift, down and resist, even with the weight, and resist, and again 4 more, up, and 2, and 3, and 4. Bring it down to this position, so again fingernails going across your body, keep your elbow tucked into your side, and just rotate out, and you should again feel it up here in your shoulder joint, rotating out. It might feel a bit odd to start off with, because we just don't do this very often. It's really good for that small group of muscles called the rotator cuff in the shoulder. And as I say, they are prone to injuries, so it's really good. If you have shoulder pain, it's a high chance it could be something to do with your rotator cuff, and these exercises will help to strengthen that little group of muscles. Now go across the body, across and out, and across and out. Keep your elbow and upper body steady, and you are just getting that rotation in the shoulder. Lovely, and that strength in that muscle group. You can probably feel it, hopefully. Good. Bicep curls now with both arms, up and down and up and down and up, down and up. This time we're going to go up, stretch, keeping your knuckles facing the screen, in, keeping your core muscles under control, and in, and stretch. Now pretend your weights are on a bar now, and you're a bit like a weightlifter, and we're going to put some effort into this. Down and push, use your knees, down and tummy in, stretch, down, keeping the hands in that rotated position. Feels a bit odd, but we're there for now. Really working hard through our arms, and in, and push, and in. Not jerking the movement, not quite straightening our elbow right out, but bringing them up overhead, down and in, up. Back to the rotator cuff. This time, have your weights here, fingertips pointing towards each other. Just open, back to the centre. Open, centre and open, centre and open. Keep going, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. We're going to keep going another 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Pop 1 down to go round, and 2, and 3. Keep your posture under control. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and change arms to go across. Keep your elbow in, keep your upper arm as steady as you can. Round, in and round, in and round, in and round, in and round. Lovely, good. Come back down. This time we're going to take the arms forward with our knuckles on top, up and down and up, out to the side, up and down, up and forward. So now we're working the muscles on the top and the bottom of the arm, but primarily on the top. Lovely, so 2 in front, 1 and 2, 2 side, up and up, 2 forward, up and out and out. Take them out again, palms down, just have some little presses here. Lovely. And then when you've just about had enough with weights, it's much harder than without weights, but still good without weights. Turn them over and go up from here. Always really hard, just little pulses, keeping your core muscles under control. Tummy in, ribs back, etc. Good, and come back down. Bicep curls again, up and down, and up and down, up and down and up. Good, just think of all the goodness this is doing for those arms, ready for summer clothes to go on. Good, push on up through and down, and in and stretch, and in and down, in and stretch, and in, down, in and stretch, and in. Rotator cuff, go out, in and out, in and out, keep going, and out, and out, and out. Put 1 down, go across, just 4, 2, and 3, and change arms, and 1, and 2, and 3. Arms out to the side, little pulses, palms going downwards. Feel that strength, feel that control. Your core muscles are engaged to keep the anchor of your body nice and steady. Bottom in, tummy up and in. Turn the palms round, up and up and up and up. A few more, up, and relax down. Well done, relax down, just stretch through. So you take one arm around, you can just push that elbow back to give you an extra stretch if you want to. Lovely. And relax down through and do the other one. Push the elbow back. Great. And then relax down through. Lovely. So here we are on the floor. We're going to be on all fours to start off with. Knees hip width apart and underneath our hips. Wrists underneath our shoulders. We're getting a lovely stretch out through the wrist, but if that is uncomfortable for you, just come up onto your fingers up here instead. But if you can, stretch down through here, wrists underneath your shoulders, as I said, but weight equally distributed between your legs and your arms. So you're not pushing everything down through your wrists, and your body is holding itself up too. We've got nice control through the core muscles, ribs are back, tummy is flat and toned, and our shoulders are back and down from here. So first of all, just have a little hunch up and then draw back and down, and check that you're looking on the mat or on your floor, on the floor, just in between your hands, but where your fingertips would be if they were close together. From here, just take a little dip and then pull up through, and a dip and then pull up through, as we did in our warm-up. Add the head in, so as you dip, don't look right up, but just look straight ahead in front of you. And then as you pull in through, look at your tummy to make sure it's gone away. And look forward and pull down, so that your head and your neck are a continuation of the shape the spine is making as you do these. Lovely. Come back to the middle. Just take your right foot out behind you. Keeping everything steady, just lift and lower that leg. Keeping your hips facing down, and we're not looking for height. You should be able to feel this, making your lower back muscles contract and relax, which is making them stronger. Again, check you haven't pushed your weight down through your wrist in the effort of doing this, and you're just lifting and lowering your leg up and down, keeping your tummy nicely toned and your back in a neutral position. So you haven't dipped, you haven't pulled everything up, it's just nice and neutral, and you're looking between your hands as you do that. Come back in, check your weight distribution is equal still, check you haven't pushed down through your wrists, and lift up and down. And with this leg, if you can, as you lift and down, just look straight ahead, not up at the sky or the ceiling, just straight ahead in front of you. Check this hasn't happened, draw your shoulders back and down, keep your tummy toned, keep lifting and lowering your leg, don't let the leg rotate out, your knee, your shin and your thigh are all remaining facing the floor, which makes this work for the lower back muscles to lift and lower that leg. Lovely. And then come back in. Let's do it again on the other side. So straighten the leg out. Let's take 8 lifts. 1 and 2. Look straight ahead. And 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Bring it in. Just release your head for a moment. Change legs. Look straight ahead. Lift. And 2 and 3 and 4. Shoulders back and down. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Bring everything in. We're now going to straighten our right arm along the floor and our left leg, and we're going to lift and lift and lift. And if this is too much, just do the arm on its own or the leg on its own and take it in turns. Keep your body nice and controlled, so your tummy muscles are toned, your ribs are up and back. Lovely. Bring everything in. Check you haven't dipped down into one hip, so keep everything lifted. Don't dip down as you go out. Take the other arm out, look straight ahead of you, and just lift and lower. And lift. Keeping your core muscles under control. So they're doing lots of work here. to support your body. Keeping that leg facing down, keeping your palm facing down, not looking for height. We're looking to work, in particular, the lower back muscles, mostly, and come back in. Good, well done. Just for a moment, release back into child's pose, stretch your arms forward, release off through your shoulders before coming back up again, popping your wrists underneath your shoulders, as I said. Come up onto your knuckles if you'd rather. Draw your tummy up and in so you have a neutral spine, a nice flat back, shoulders are back and down. Take one arm and one leg, so right arm, left leg, lift and look straight ahead as you go, keeping that toned feeling through the core muscles. Feeling your lower back working. It shouldn't be painful, but you should be able to feel which muscle groups are working here. Check you haven't sunk into the hip of the supporting knee. And pop it down. Keep everything in. Check your shoulders are down before you swap sides. And lift. And lift. Look straight ahead when you're ready. And lift. Again, you can feel the lower back muscles working, possibly the shoulder muscles, but you're not in pain. Nothing's painful. You can just feel those muscle groups working. Lovely. Come back down and just lift your tummy button up to round the spine off. And then come back down into child's pose. Lovely. And when you feel ready, let's just roll over onto our backs. Okay, so we've just done some lovely spine work, kneeling there, and we're now going to carry on working our core muscles and work the tummy a little bit harder. So first of all, just check you have a lovely lying position for the upper body. So your chin is tucked in slightly, tennis ball just tucked under your chin, shoulders blades are relaxed into the floor and shoulders are down, so we're not tensed at all. Just let your arms relax by your sides, so find a comfy place. We're then just going to lift our legs up so that we've got a 90-degree angle between our upper legs and a 90-degree angle with our lower legs and upper legs there too. It's quite hard to maintain that position, but it's lovely, strong core work here. Keeping the tummy flattish, keeping your ribs and tummy pulled down as you do these exercises, and making sure there's no gap between your back and the lower floor. There is a natural curve in your spine that we often talk about, but what we don't want is a totally arched back while you're doing this. So pull everything down to make sure you're in a nice neutral position to work these lower tummy muscles first, and then we'll move on to the upper ones later. Have your knees, ankles, thighs and calves just resting lightly together. You can do these exercises with them slightly apart. It just makes it slightly easier if you're not thinking about that and your knees and everything just stay together. So keeping your tummy down, keeping your shoulders relaxed and keeping a nice steady breathing pattern going throughout. We're just going to lower one leg to the floor and up and down and up. And we're going to straighten twice overhead. Good. If you want a slightly easier version, you can slide your foot down along the floor. Slide. So use the floor, but if not, we're just going to go down and hover and come up. Are we ready? We're going down and in and down and in and lift and lift. Just coming down to the 90 degrees each time. Really makes your brain focus too on keeping everything in the right place. Good, so our tummy work is coming, we're working it really hard to keep control of our legs, keep the tummy nice and flat, and you can feel it. Obviously your thighs are working a bit too and your hips, but your tummy is doing all of that fantastic anchor work, and it's really good for flattening and toning the tummy muscles up. And up, keep going, and down, and in, and down. Keep breathing, stretch, and down we go. Down, up, and down, and up, and stretch, and stretch. Keep everything here now, really thinking about the positioning of our legs here, keeping the tummy nicely pulled down. And we're going to lift our head and shoulders, keeping our elbows out and down. 2, and lift, 2 and down, 2 and lift, lift and down, down and lift, lift and down. Similar thing, but we're going to pull our elbows in and down. And my hands are not pulling my head up, my head is pulling itself up. My hands are just there to facilitate bringing the elbows in and getting a good position. And down, relax the arms to take the leg out and in and out. And by now your thighs are screaming at you a bit too, which is good. And down and up. Keep your tummy down, especially as you start to get tired. The lower back starts to lift up, but engage your core muscles to keep everything down and under control. And up, keep breathing down and in and down and in and stretch. And stretch, hands behind your head, check your leg position is good. Come up, 2. So this is the upper tummy muscles working now. Up, 2 and down. Don't strain it, listen to your own body, work your own core muscles. Up, up and down. Elbows in, up, up and down. What you don't want either is your neck to be aching at this point. So I purposely don't do many of these upper body lifts all in one go, just so that the neck doesn't get too tight. Good. Pop everything down, bring the arms by your side, slide your feet out a little bit but not too far, and we're going to relax over to one side. Strong tummy contraction to pull everything up, lower back into the floor and over the other side and come up. Keeping our shoulder blades pushed into the floor so we get lovely side tummy muscle work going on at the same time as a lovely stretch. So over, core is engaged to bring those legs back up. Over we go, core is engaged to bring everything up, and we're still breathing, having a lovely stretch and a lovely workout through those muscles at the same time. Lovely. Bring the knees back in, check your position, nicely square. Hands behind your head this time, nice and ready to go down and up and down and up. Lift. Oh, the sun is shining beautifully now, right into my eyes. I apologise if there's a bit of shadow. I meant to get all of this done earlier, had to do a few retakes, so I'm a little bit later. I meant to miss the sort of lunchtime shadows, but hopefully you've still got that lovely view in the background and the sun's not too glary. Who thought we'd be saying this a few days ago? If you could have seen the weather for the rest of this week that's already gone, it's been terrible, but today is absolutely stunning, which is well needed. And lift. Good. From here, let's lift our elbows, but keep them out. Check your leg position, pull your tummy back down, engage your core to lift up. 2, keep breathing. And lift, lift. And on each lift, try and get more of your shoulder blade off the floor and lift. But not at the expense of a good position. Lovely. Now bring the elbows up. Make sure your thighs aren't inadvertently coming in to meet everything. Take your upper body to your thighs rather than the other way around. Down, one more here, up and down. Good. Pop everything down. Have your feet close to your bottom. Pull your tummy in strongly so your coccyx just slightly lifts off the floor. And we're just going to lift through our hips now and down. We've done this movement before, pushing our weight through our shoulder blades and the soles of our feet. Lifting our hips up towards the ceiling, but not our tummy button. We're still maintaining a nice tight core. Lovely toned muscles. Oh, I think the potato tractor is going to start up again now. I closed the door so he wouldn't interrupt us too much. And down. I will show you the potato field in a minute so you can see them growing nicely there. And lift. So you can think of our exercises when you tuck into some Jersey Royals in a few weeks' time. Lovely. Making sure as you come down there's no gap. You're rolling your spine down. There's no gap between your back and the floor as you come back down. Lovely. And if I talk for long enough through this, hopefully you won't realise how many we're doing. What we do want to do though, you probably are and hopefully are, is engage our glutes on our bottom as we go up, tighten and release. And also, if you can think about it, this really helps the pelvic floor to tighten your glutes, tighten the pelvic floor as you go up, and then release. Tighten those two groups and release. Tighten and release. And if you can fit in some pelvic floor exercises to your normal daily routine, just a few pull up through the pelvic floors. You don't have to do this, obviously, but if you're in traffic lights or you're in the queue in Tesco's or Waitrose or wherever, just pull up through and you can have a good pelvic floor workout regularly, which is really important. Lovely. Come back down. Let's bring our legs back up to where they were before and do this section once more through. We're nearly finished now. Just this bit one more time. Hands behind your head. Get a good position. Shoulders down. Ready? And down and up and down and up and stretch. And stretch. Down we go again. Down and lift and down and lift. Stretch. And stretch once more. Push and in. Pull your core down. Good. And lift. And lift and again and down and in. Down and in and stretch. Now for the upper body work. So keep your legs steady. Still this 90-degree angle in both bits if you can. Lift. 2 and down. And lift. Feel it working the top of your tummy muscles now. Up, up. Elbows out. Shoulders down, breathe, lovely, and then bring the elbows in and down, and breathe out on the way up if you want to think of it like that, out, out and in, and out, out and in, bring the knees in, have a little hug, well done, you've made it nearly to the end. We're just going to stand up slowly, ready for your stretch and cool down. Well done. Okay, hopefully the tractor in the potato field will stay quiet while we just do our cool down. So we're going to stand with our feet hip width apart, just a little bit wider, and we're just going to stretch out our arms first of all. We did quite a lot of upper arm and upper back work earlier, so we're just going to stretch out. One hand just behind the shoulder here, the other one on our elbow, and just pulling back very slightly, whatever's comfy for you to do there, thinking about our core muscles still all the time. Stretch up and just swap over, so just easing that elbow back, don't force it back, do your own stretch in your own time. Lovely, and come back down. Just turn your arms around, put your thumbs down and feel a stretch through the arms out to the side, so the backs of your hands are pointing towards the screen and your palms are pushing away and your thumbs are pointing down to the floor. And then just rotate round, draw the shoulders back and down and pull back round into that stretch again. Lovely. And pull up and just relax down. Just swing your arms across the body to release any tension in your shoulders, keeping your core muscles toned, but just totally relaxing from your shoulders down through your arms. And now momentum is just taking them in this swing as we go. Lovely, and just release off. Good. We did a lot of work on the legs earlier too, so let's go into our downward dog. Standing where you've got room to go down, bend your knees, curl your body down towards your feet with your knees bent, walk your hands out, take your feet out behind you, find a comfy downward dog position, head between your arms, tummy pulled up and in, ribs pulled back, and then just bend one knee and ease the other heel towards the floor. Feel that lovely stretch. Don't overstretch. Listen to your own body and just have a lovely stretch through there. Pulling your tummy button up, pulling your ribs back all the time. Keeping your head in between your arms. Weight equally distributed between your feet and your hands. Lovely. Just have a final stretch out here. Good. Walk your feet back in, bend your knees, ease your heels back down and curl back up. Curl back up. Lovely. Stand with your feet nice and wide. Take your arms up overhead. Think about your posture. Put the palms of your hands together. Squeeze the sort of bony end bit of your hands together. Pull your elbows out. Bend your knees and just press through that. Feel a stretch through your wrist, through your lower arms. Draw back and down in your shoulders. Push down through and stretch up. and draw down and push and stretch. One more time, down and push. Lift up, pull down, bring feet back in together. Take some rolls through the shoulder blades. One final, reach out to the side, reach forward, push the palms away, pull your tummy in, round your back, and then reach up and come down. Well done. Finish with your shoulders back and down, tummy and core zipped up, bottom down and in. The potato man is now looking over the hedge and wondering what on earth I'm doing in here, but I'm hoping he's going to go for his lunch in a minute. Anyway, that's the end of this week's weekly workout, and I will show you the potato field once he's gone. Okay, thank you.
So here we are outside, a bit windy, but lovely day today, and I just thought I'd film the Jersey Royals, which you probably can't see when I'm filming, but they're just over the hedge in our garden, and the view you normally see is over there to St Oban. So just thought I'd share this with you, and I'll give you an update on the potatoes as we go through the next few weeks. But there we go.